Good morning. It's May 21st, 2015. I'm recording out in my garage because people are sleeping, so I'm going to try to be quiet. I don't know if it's too loud out here, but I wanted to talk about how I was injured at work and the things that I went through with workman's comp. This is my binder of everything that happened. There are pages and pages and pages. These little plastic things right here are full of doctor's notes and paperwork and physical therapy and everything that I went through and still what I go through almost 6 years later. Back in 2009, I had been working for a real property resources company. They owned apartment complexes here in Oklahoma, and I had been working for them for a long time, and I was a housekeeper. I enjoyed my job very much. In fact, I loved it. Well, at one point, I was told to move furniture from one apartment to the other. That was not my job, but we had to get it done immediately. So I did. And I was pulling a queen-size mattress up a flight of stairs and fell back and snapped my neck. You can say it was like being in a car wreck and having whiplash. Well, I immediately felt pain, stiffness. I heard cracking, numbness in my arms. It was horrible. So I had called my boss, and she told me that I needed to finish doing what I was doing because we had people moving in later on that day or something. So I was crying because it was very painful, but I finished moving the bed, and then I went to get more furniture from another apartment, and I moved stuff like, chairs and TVs, dressers, stuff like that. Well, in this process, it seemed like as I was moving around, it made things a lot worse. Um, so the next day, I woke up in horrible pain, and I called my boss and told her I wasn't going to be able to come into work because I actually told her that I think I had the flu when really I was in a lot of pain. And I know it's not good to lie, but something was wrong with me. I just wasn't for sure what was going on. So I went to the AM/PM clinic, and in the paperwork that I have, the woman that I had saw, she's from another company. It says here, back, shoulder, and arm pain. That's actually not what I told her. I told her what happened and that my neck, there was something wrong with the back of my neck, and I was in a lot of pain. So they drug tested me, of course, and in her notes it does say stuff about my neck, but uh, she told me that I had to file for workman's comp. I was really scared about doing that because I heard horror stories about people losing their job because I filed workman's comp, and I didn't want to do that because I had children still living at home. Well, I thought about it for a little bit, and then I ended up filing workman's comp. Now, dealing with workman's comp was probably one of the worst things I've ever went through in my life. Um, so I was signed a caseworker, and I would speak to her almost daily about what is going on, and I kept telling her, look, my neck hurts and I can't move, and there's no way I can perform my job feeling like this. So she sent me to a doctor named let's just call him Dr. Johnson. Dr. Johnson said that he believed that all my pain was coming from my shoulder. So he decided to do surgery. And I have photos of things that he did because I guess there was a webcam inside my shoulder during surgery. So he did surgery, and the next day he came and saw me and said that things were, there was a little bit of debris and stuff inside my shoulder, but everything should be great in a few weeks and I can go back to work, and that's it. I was very happy because the pain was really bad. So I ended up going to physical therapy. Physical therapy was really difficult. They had made me do things like pick up weights and move my arms around and just do all kinds of like this bike thing with your arms. It goes like this. Oh my gosh, was that it was very painful. I had some pain meds left over from the hospital, and I would take one before physical therapy. Oh boy, and that helped me out just a little bit because it was pretty bad. Well, I have all that paperwork also. I saved everything. That's a very good thing. If you get hurt, you should save every note. You should write things down. You should talk about it. It's really important and it really helps you. Okay, so I went back to see Dr. Johnson many a times, and one of the last things he said to me was, Kenna, your hair's really long. Maybe you should cut it. Maybe that's what's causing your neck pain. I'm an ex-cosmetologist. I've never heard of that before. Sure, some people's hair that's long and heavy, yes, it can hurt your neck, but mine's not like that. But really, hair has nothing to do with it. And no, I'm not cutting my hair. Well, sorry, my neck's hurt. I gotta stretch it out. That's kind of embarrassing, but this is what I have to do every day, all day long. Okay, so he also said that maybe I need to see a counselor because when someone goes through trauma, like I did, and surgery, they tend to think in their mind that they're still in pain when they're really not. So I thought, what? I'm going crazy? Oh my gosh. I I can't go crazy. You know, I have too much to do in my life and I have kids at home. I can't be nuts. So I did not see a counselor at that time because to me that pain was so real. I thought he was the one crazy. So I cried, of course. I practically got on my knees and begged him, please look at my neck. Give me an MRI. Do something. Tell someone. Tell workman's comp. Not one part of any of my paperwork from that doctor did he say that my neck was giving me problems. So years, many years, I went through so many doctors in Oklahoma City. One that stands out is Dr. Horton. I'm trying not to cry because the things that that man said to me was horrible. It was really like I was going crazy. And he also referred back to Dr. Johnson's notes. And that's what he based everything around, was Dr. Johnson's notes. And it was horrible. he also told me, and I believe it's in a note that he had sent workman's comp, that I cried every time I went and saw him. Well, duh, you know, you wouldn't listen to me. No one, none of the doctors would hear me. My pain in my neck was so bad. There are times I can't walk, can't sit. I have no relief. Even my pain medication doesn't take it 100% away. Never in the last almost 6 years do I have peace from my pain. Never. So, workman's comp. The lady that was my caseworker, she was not a very pleasant woman. Being a Christian, I try to be kind to people, and through my whole life, people has ran over me, and I've decided that that's not going to happen anymore. And so the lady at workman's comp, of course, she would listen to what the doctors have to say, because they're doctors. I'm nobody. I'm just somebody that got hurt. The doctors are the ones that, they're professionals. They went to school for this. They have degrees. They know what they're talking about. Well, I have to say that's not true. Especially being a woman, I know my body. I know when something's wrong. I know what I feel, and it's not in my head. It is by no means in my brain. So, here we go. Dr. Horton sends me to other doctors. They put me on Valium, Cymbalta, and I enjoyed the Cymbalta. It was pretty cool because I have dealt with depression and anxiety my whole life, and so the Cymbalta kind of helped my brain. It did not take my pain away, but it sure helped my brain to ease a little bit. Well, they ended up taking all my medicines away from me because they thought I was loony, and that was pretty devastating because I could not get any answers. I couldn't get no one to listen to me. So I got a lawyer, and I had told my lawyer in the beginning, look, I had surgery on my shoulder, and I have severe neck pain and back pain. Something's wrong with me, and I need your help because I need workman's comp. I need these doctors to listen to me. And I thought, ooh, if I got a lawyer, they're going to have to listen to me and do something about my neck. Not true. My lawyer, who got paid approximately $10,000 in the settlement, apparently took the words surgery on my shoulder and ran with that. And no many how many times I told him, look, there's something wrong with me. I need my neck done. Even him himself decided that maybe I need to see a counselor, psychologist. I'm going crazy. That was pretty devastating because I was screaming out for help. Well, I ended up settling with workman's comp, and got some money for that, but money doesn't fix the problem. Doesn't matter how much money you got. Doesn't fix the back of my neck, doesn't fix my spine. So actually, before my settlement, before I went to court, which was really scary because I would just beg God, please let this judge have mercy on me. My lawyer told me, look, Kenna, If there's still something wrong with you, I need you to go on your own. Don't say anything to workman's comp. Don't say nothing to the judge when we go to court. Don't tell anybody. I need you to go on your own and find a doctor that will listen to you and see what's wrong with your neck. So I did. Well, it opened my eyes to how cruel people could be and how doctors, just because you have a degree, doesn't mean that you're smarter than the person that comes to you for help. Because if it wasn't for people like me, you wouldn't have a job. So I ended up going to see a pain management doctor to try to help me. I had MRIs done, and sure enough, guess what? My spine is injured in the back of my neck. I'm going to try to show you right back in here. There's a bone that goes inside your head, and it's called an occipital bone. In that bone, around that bone, tissue, nerves, you have two little lobes at the base of your brain. Anyway, the discs in my neck on the MRI are black. They shouldn't be black. Well, you know what that means? It's not bulging discs. It means they're gone. Goodbye. They're gone. Now, can you imagine having no cushion inside your neck? And in between your spine, there's no, there's a bunch of little discs, and they have fluids in there. Bulging discs is when they protrude out. Well, I have none. I don't know, maybe the picture in the front will show you a little bit. Okay, this is a little pamphlet on pinched nerves, which I'm sure I have some of them. But if you look here, see, these are the bones, and in between are the discs that when you jump and you move around or walk, anything that you do, it compacts like this. And those discs are like little rubber things, and it helps your spine to be able to move. Well, mine, here's a bone, and here's a bone, my spine. The discs are supposed to be in between. My discs, or my bones, they rub together, causes friction. So what happened, no one ever looked at it. I have been told that I could have been fixed if someone would have caught it in the beginning, but no one would listen to me. So thank you, Dr. Johnson. Thank you, Dr. Horton, and all the rest of you. And you at Workman's Comp, I pray for you every day. So here's your bones. They rub together. Then my little pinky is going to be like a bone spur. Bone spur in my neck is movable. It rubs up against that bone every time I move, when I lay down, when I sit. Very painful. I don't know who else goes through this. I've never actually met anybody that has the same thing wrong with them that I do. I hope to God that no one has to go through what I go through every day. Well, I told my lawyer what our findings were. He didn't care. He just wanted to hurry up and get his $10,000 and do whatever while I suffer for the rest of my life. And he's very rude, like, well, Kenna, the doctors say that you cry a lot when they talk to you about it. Well, Kenna, the doctors say that maybe you need to see a counselor. Well, you know what? You're damn right. I do. And I did. I ended up going to see a counselor on my own because when I was told by my doctor now that in 10 years, now 7, I will be probably in a wheelchair because now since this has happened, when one disc goes, the disc above it and the disc below it, it goes away also. Bone spurs, they don't go away. And my bones are so small because I'm a tiny person that they can't fix me. You know how devastating that was? It makes me so angry that I hate myself. I hate myself and I hate my life. And that's why I got counseling, because I'm just going to be honest. I wanted to die. I wanted to kill myself somehow. But I didn't want to do it in a way that I would go to hell. I wanted to do it in a way where maybe I would just go to sleep and never wake up. And for those of you that deal with chronic pain, you know what I'm talking about. So I decided to get some counseling. In court, the judge was absolutely wonderful. And workman's comp has to pay for my meds and my doctor visit to my pain management doctor for the rest of my life. I wish they could have paid for my counseling, because at this moment I can't go to counseling because I have no income. I can't work. I have no income. I can't pay for it. It's expensive. So I was seeing students, and once they graduate, I have to go to another intern, and then they graduate, and then I have to go to another one. So I never really get anywhere. I have to start all over again. When you're in pain and it's quiet and your mind races, well, things from my childhood came back. When I was a little girl, I was molested for almost 9 years of my life. And a man walks free today. And I never had to deal with it before because I was able to run. I ran. And now that I can't run anymore, I have to face it. Now, let me just tell you, I'm not going to do anything bad to myself. These are just thoughts. It's different to have a thought and then to act on that thought is wrong. But those were just thoughts of, oh my God, are you serious? Me? How did this happen to me? How did I get hurt so bad that I can never work again? And I have kids. Now I have a grandson. I'm not able to do what I used to do, you know. Back in 2000, 2001, 2002, well, probably 2001, the beginning of 2002, I was a weightlifter, a bodybuilder. I looked pretty darn good. I was in Germany. Can't do that anymore. Can't even hardly pick up a basket of clothing without being in a lot of pain. So I'm going to have to end this video because my grandson is awake and he's calling me. But I want you to know that this is going to be a long-term thing, and I have a lot to say because I also would like to write a book about my life. And I'm going to talk to everybody on this earth. I want everyone to know what the doctors said to me, what they did to me, how they treated me, how sitting alone in the quiet with your pain brings back memories, it brought back memories of my childhood that were very devastating, and no one ever asked me why I was outraged as a young teenager, why I did wrong things, why I was upset, why I was depressed, why I chose the things that I did that was wrong. No one ever asked me. And that's something else I have to deal with because my pain brings those things to light. And it's very sad. So I have to end this video and take care of my business. And I hope that you guys follow me so we can talk about life and pain and living with chronic pain. And thank you for hearing me out. It feels good to vent. See you till next. Bye till next.